Hello. Anybody who is somebody, how you doing? It's your boy Cooks24 once again on the highs and lows still. Sending the love and shout out to everybody. Guess what? Got another dope interview for you today. Today the location is Upgrade Streetwear on 1815 6th Avenue Southeast. The owner, Kenneth Crowder.
That's some Ken, baby.
You know what I'm saying? Partner right here. I'm pretty sure some of y'all in the city might know him. And if you don't, you should come down and check out what he got to offer. I would like to know, first of all, where did the name Upgrade come from?
Man, you want to know the honest truth about it? I have this lovely wife named Leanne.
Okay.
And you have pillow talk with your wife that ain't always about, nothing sexual, but you actually talking about your day and everything. That's the wonderful thing about having a wife that's down for you too. So if you find a good one, keep them. We was in the bed and I was telling her that I was getting tired of actually trying to work for somebody else, and I was going to step away from doing property management, because that's what I was doing. I was a property manager of a couple of apartment communities, and I said I just got tired of that grind or whatnot. Okay. So I said to myself, I'm going to step away from this, and I want to go into something that I love, which I love fashion. Okay. And what I ended up doing was asking her, let's think of some good names for the store or whatnot. Right. And I went through a couple, and then she was like, Upgrade. I was like, that's perfect. That's the perfect name, because what you want to do is upgrade your closet. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And if you are a fashion aficionado, you want to do that almost weekly, and if not weekly, every other week, and if not every other week, you want to do it at least once a month. You want to upgrade the clothes that you got in your closet.
It's kind of like a formula, right?
There you go. You get what I'm saying? So that just kind of stuck, and it was perfect to me. I've always been with the thought process of doing clothing that was going to be kind of a statement, Okay. So when you step out, you feel like you've done something that's exclusive. Nobody else has the type of feel that you have, and that's one of the things that I want to kind of get into myself, is getting design and fashion.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how the name Upgrade came about.
Okay, all right. Let's take a couple backward steps for a second. Where you originally from?
I was born in Louisiana. A little bit small town called Bastrop in North Louisiana. Right. Yeah, close to Monroe. And my family moved to Alabama when I was young, and then in high school I was in Birmingham, and then after that I left Alabama and went to school out in Central Florida. Actually, a Golden Knight.
High school or college?
College.
Okay.
I was actually at University of Central Florida.
Okay.
Same time that Culpeper was there.
All right.
People
Shout
know
out
about
Central
Culpeper.
Florida. All right.
And so coming back from there, I got back to Birmingham and basically didn't do hardly anything that I went to college for. Okay. I went to college for not graphic art, but actually cell animation.
Okay.
And while I was in high school, there was actually Warner Brothers had a pilot program at Phillips High School in Birmingham, and I actually went to Huffman, and they actually would let us drive over there the second half of the day if you had enough credits. Okay. And so my junior and senior year, I would drive over to Phillips and finish the day there. But Warner Brothers had a pilot program there that was about cell animation. So if you don't know what cell animation is, you remember all the old Looney Tunes. You had to draw 36 pictures to make up 1 second of animation.
Okay.
And that's what I went to school for there, and then went to University of Central Florida for that. Came back to Birmingham, and I actually ended up working for South Trust Bank, if y'all know what South Trust Bank used to be, before Wachovia took over, before Wells Fargo took over. Okay. So that's what I actually did. I was actually working there, and I had a mentor. Big shout out to my mentor, Corey Bishop, down in Birmingham. He has a store called Refresh and Refresh 2 down there. Okay. New York runs Refresh, and he runs Refresh 2. Refresh is a woman's store, and Refresh 2 is a men's store. But Corey had a bunch of other stores going on at the time, one called Fresh to Death, and then I actually had one of the Fresh to Death.
Where is he located at?
He's in Birmingham.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I ran a store for him out in Shelby County, and that kind of fizzled out because of, I want to say it and just be straight out as I can, the people in that environment wasn't ready for us to be out there.
And what do you mean?
I mean, as in black men running a business. Okay. I might get some controversy for saying it, but it's the truth.
It's the truth, though.
They wasn't prepared for us out there, so we got a whole lot of hate out there. We got a lot of love out there from everybody that wanted to buy urban wear and everything, but we did get a lot of hate thrown our way, so that didn't work out the way it should have worked.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And so we had to dismember that business, and after that, I kind of was left in a place where I was just like, what am I gonna do? And so through some legal issues that went along with that store, and you know, having people come and bother us with what we were doing, and you know, trying to put problems on my mentor as far as taxes and stuff like that. We, like I said, we dissolved that, and I ended up going into property management. Okay. I started off just being an apartment locator service, and basically I would just help people that were moving to Birmingham to pick up jobs.
And where was your first property managing at?
Like I say, I was a locator service first. Okay, I basically, if somebody was moving to Birmingham because they had a job, I would beat the street up for them to find out a place for them to move.
Okay.
So if they were looking for the 2-bedroom, 1 bath in a certain area, I basically would ride out and talk to all the people there, find out what was the best fit for those people, call them back, say, hey, look, I got a couple places for us to tour. You get with me, I drive you all the spots, and then I would get basically a commission off of if I found them a spot.
Okay.
And those properties would pay me a commission for finding them a place.
All right. How long did you do that?
I did that for about a year and a half.
All
right. Big shout out to Kirk Parnell for giving me that opportunity. He's with Keller Realty, so if you ever with Keller Williams in Birmingham and you need a house, holler at Kirk Parnell. But I did well in a company called Abbey Residential wanted me to become a leaser for their property. Okay. Apartment, deal with basically leasing their apartments or whatnot for them, because I was bringing so many people to them. It was like, hey man, if you did this full time, you might as well do this with us. So they paid me to do that. And I moved up from doing that to being an assistant manager and being an actual property manager. And then I ended up working with a whole bunch of other companies behind Springboard and that.
Okay, now let me ask you this. That road, you were from high school, moving, college, transition into sale animation, transition that into property management, locator first, then property management. Okay, I'm gonna take all that and do it like this. And I'm saying, what was your main mission? Like, what was you thinking? Like, when you was like, what was your main goal?
As honest as I can be with you, man,
okay.
I didn't want to go to school for art. Now,
okay.
I liked art, but I didn't want people to tell me what to do with art.
Okay.
I wanted to do it at my own.
At your own pace.
There you go.
But that's some of your art on your hat right there too, ain't it?
It is. It's a little bit of art.
All right.
So that's what I wanted to do. As far as, well, let me say that, I want to do art, at my own pace, my own creativity.
Okay.
I really wanted to go to Full Sail instead of going to Central Florida.
All right.
To learn how to produce music. That's what I really wanted to do.
Okay.
And my little brother actually produces music.
Now, was that your first love?
Music has always been my first love.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
But as you grow and get older, you realize that, especially when you have kids, okay, that you got to take care of your family before you do take care of your dreams. Now, that don't mean you don't follow your dreams, because you still got to chase your dreams. But you got to sometimes step back and say, I got to be a man and make sure that this person ain't under the bridge. Okay. See, when you're alone, when you're by yourself, you be under the bridge. It's not a problem, okay? But when you got kids, the kids can't be under the bridge.
No,
you feel what I'm saying? So
no.
I know that might seem like a harsh way to look at it, but it's reality.
Real, though. It's
you know what I'm
reality.
saying? As a man, if you fall off, you can bounce back.
Exactly.
You can't bounce back when you're a single father.
Exactly.
Okay, so that was a little bit different situation. I had somebody that was relying on me, so I had to go and do something that was realistic. So that's the reason I went into doing retail with C, doing the property management, which I did property management for about 12 years.
Okay.
Before I decided to open up Upgrade.
Okay.
And as long as I can tell you, if things were to go well enough with my brother, and he was like, bruh, come back and do music with me, I would do that on a side basis also. But I still would run this business too.
Now, let me segue into this. Like you said, you did property management. Is that property management, that's a successful career to take for someone who's interested in that?
Definitely. I mean, one thing that puts you like this: unless a volcano erupts, God ain't making no more land. Okay?
Right.
People always gonna need a place to live. So unless we have a nuclear war and everybody's blown off the face of the earth, you're gonna need a place to live. So that's definitely a good place to actually go and work in. I would tell anyone, especially in this state right now, you don't have to have a degree to work in property management. You can just go and become a real estate agent, or you can just start being a leasing agent at an apartment community and grow from there. Okay. What you do want to make sure though is that you are continuing your education. That's with anything. That's even with this.
Basic steps.
Real basic, but it's just the truth. You want to continue your education with anything you do. I still take time to learn about the fashion business and go to the trade shows and things of that nature. I still look up how certain companies do certain things like tackle twill or Chanel patching or vinyl or stretch lithograph or screen print, whatever. I try to learn as much as I can about the product so that I can actually tell my customers what what this is in front of them. And then make sure I'm buying quality product too for people that wants to buy clothes, because fashion is not just something to cover your body. It's art. It's art also. Okay.
Now I like that you said that. This coming from me, Cooks 24 right here. Y'all see me in the street. You just say something. When it comes to having a business like this, people like me would say in the hood. Other folks would say inner city. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is the way you show love, the way you show respect to your customers. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just bragging on you. I'm saying I can just stand back here in the back and be listening how you talk to people. And that also is a big point for me. You know what I'm saying? Big points for me, because people have to feel comfortable when they come into your business. You know what I mean? And that's something that I can tell that you have learned really well. Now, I want to ask you, has that always been instilled in you?
Well, my mother's always instilled in us to be polite anyway, to be gentlemen, okay? But I will say this, property management helped me to hone the skill of talking to people, okay? And meeting them where they are, okay? Because a lot of times people don't realize that telling ain't selling. Okay. Telling somebody about a product ain't selling them on the product. You got to figure out what they like in order for them to want to buy something. Okay, so if you've ever noticed, when you come in, I ask you questions before I even go into a spiel about something. I say first, I try to break the ice. How was your day? You know what I'm saying? See how things was going with you. Secondly, I ask you, are you trying to match up with anything today? Is there something that you wanted to step out with? I need to figure out what your mindset is about what you're wearing before I go to telling you what I got. Because this is great. I can just tell you, I got these shirts here. I got these jeans here. Easy. Anybody can just tell you what they got. Yeah. But that ain't how you sell something. Okay, the way you sell somebody on something is knowing what it is that they're actually looking for, knowing what it is that they like.
Right.
Because when it comes to sales, the rate of return is always 10%. That's on a bad product. So if you have a bad product you put in front of 100 people, there's 10 people that's going to die for that bad product. Okay. Now the rate of return is higher than 10% on a good product. Okay, so you got a good product, you're going to sell about 25%. So you got 100 people, you got a good product, 25 people are going to buy it straight out because they're going to see the value in it. Okay, they're going to be 10 that's going to buy it just because it was put in front of them. It's going to be another 15 that buy it because it was a good product. They realized it's a good product. The other 85 people that didn't buy probably didn't buy because they didn't see how it could be of value to them. Okay, so the way that the person sells that to them is to figure out what they need. Okay, because everybody don't need your product.
Exactly.
Okay, that's the thing we got to keep in mind. Everybody don't need your product. Everybody don't want your product. Okay, so the way that you get people to realize that that's a product that they actually do want is to figure out what they actually need.
And that formula that you have right there sounds, looks, feels, and I know that it works for almost every aspect if you're trying to start a business. Like me, with podcasting and blogging. I have to know the topic that people are interested in. If I'm just sitting here talking about what kind of shoes I got on, nobody want to hear about that. But when you're talking like this, people who come in and shop, they're going to see, they're going to be like, they're going to get the real inside story and understand why you are like you are.
Yeah, I mean, and shout out to my homeboy JJ All Day too. Y'all need to go check him out.
JJ All Day.
JJ is a shoe connoisseur. And so when he does his reviews about shoes, it's not I'm trying to sell you on the shoe. I'm trying to let you understand what makes this shoe a great thing. Yes. Okay, so he's gonna go into depth about the different the different nuances of the shoe, give you a background story on the shoe,
Okay.
show you the shoe on the B-roll, talk to you about the shoe, discuss why the origins of the shoe was what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's what helps you to realize whether or not it's a shoe that you want to get or not. Okay.
Right.
Like I say, figuring out where people need have their needs is how you end up selling something.
Exactly. Okay. So that was a good point too, my add. And also let me add these. The way you broke up that pie, when you the numbers, how you demographic, how you that lets me know, and I hope that lets the viewers know. He know what he talking about because he did the research. If you don't do the research, you don't come talking about it, okay? If the fabric ain't worth wearing, then if you spend your money on it, that's your problem. See what I'm saying? This is the kind of man right here, this kind of owner right here, that he'll let you know how to treat your clothes when you get them. You understand what I'm saying? You can't buy the clothes, do something to it, get mad, try to come back talking about, man, you didn't tell me this, or this and that, this and that. That's why I respect you for being honest. But ain't no reason for you to lie because the way that you shop for yourself, you making sure that you have the best product.
Yeah, I try my best to make sure I'm carrying a good product.
So
not only that,
come on.
What I try to make sure of is that with this store, I run it like a boutique. Okay. I want to make sure that I'm not buying more than 6 of any item. Okay. I try not to do repeat buys on an item. Okay. I want to make sure that you when you step out with it, you feel like you are one of a few that got it. Okay. Sometimes I go out my way to talk to certain vendors to just get single items if they got them on hand, and they'll allow it because I know sometimes you want to be exclusive. Okay. And that's to me that's a big thing about feeling good about what you're wearing also.
Yes, sir.
You want to step out and feel like I'm the only one that can pull this off. So that's one of the great things about having a boutique. The downside to that too though is if you're not buying in a huge bulk, then your prices are a little bit higher than most places. I try not to do that also. Okay. I don't want my customers to feel like they bought a product and they got to have some sort of remorse after.
Yes,
okay. I'm not gonna bring up any other places, but I know that sometimes you go shopping and after you buy, you feel like, man, should I spent that much on that, or this wasn't as much quality as I thought I was getting, But I try to pride myself on making sure that you're getting a good product, quality product, something that's exclusive, and that you're gonna be able to wear multiple times and feel good when you get it.
Yes, sir. Okay. With you saying that, has the draw from first of all, before I get to the draw, how long have you been in this area?
So it was a year on the 28th of February.
And you found it how?
How did I find this area?
Yeah.
Oh man, like I said, I was a property manager here over off in Parkway Place, off of Central Parkway, and this was it's almost 5 years ago now. And after I left there, I went up to Huntsville, met my wife, like I said, and I said what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this store. When I decided I was going to open the store, I was thinking Madison, I was thinking Huntsville, and I said to myself, you know what? When I was in Decatur, them 4 years I was in Decatur, I didn't know where to shop. I literally had to drive to Huntsville every time to go shopping. Okay, so I said, I'm going to bring something to the area that I don't think is, that is lacking. So I decided to open up here, and I went over to the east side and looked for places. I went over to the north side and looked for places, and I thought about it and I said, you know what? I need a neutral spot. I need a spot where everybody can feel comfortable to come shop, no matter what race, creed, what area you're from. You can actually come down 6, because 6 is kind of like a medium, medium point. Yes. So I wanted to make sure that I put it in a spot where people would feel comfortable to come shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, always see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they always see, because if, like you said, north side and the east side, only a selected few really get to see all day long. But on 6th Avenue,
it's constant.
For the Decaturans that's around here, we know 6th Avenue is a major street for us to see a lot of stuff. So yes, you are exactly right on that. So and with you being here for so long, how many years you say? 5?
Well, it's probably 5 years ago that I was being property manager out here. I've only been, this location has been here a year.
Okay.
It was a year on the 28th of February.
All right. So how has the draw? come? Like people coming, are
It's
people coming?
people are coming. It's building. It definitely could. Anytime you're in business, you wish there was more folks coming.
Exactly.
But I think that it's been building itself the right way. Most businesses don't make it the first 3 years, and so. Especially when you're doing startup money on your own and not taking a loan out and stuff like that. So I think we've done very well to be here for a year. The clientele is definitely building. People are talking about it. It's getting out there. I'm hoping that people keep on pushing the word out there. So I think word of mouth is the best way for a business to grow.
The support. And with the clientele, like you said, it's also black and white.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they get that mistaken. When you say urban, or when you say, in the city or the hood, they think it's just one portion. No, everybody. This is a universal store. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Black and white.
And I want everybody to be comfortable here also.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Men and women and children. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the kids' clothes, they ain't made it yet.
Well, I carried kids' clothes this past summer, and it didn't do that well. People didn't buy for their kids like I thought they would, so I kind of stepped off of it. Now, I did just recently start carrying ladies' clothes. And the product that I'm carrying for women is not going to be your typical day-to-day stuff. It's going to be more suited for the club or stepping out, nightwear, stuff like that.
Okay, let's jump into that. Before you get started, let's jump into that because, like you said, you've been here a year. You started out with menswear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, what was the transition for you getting into women's wear, for the women too?
So the transition really had more to do with women asking. So I had a lot of women come in with their men and be like, "Wow, she carrying the ladies' clothes?" And I had to make sure they understood that it wasn't me trying to neglect them. It's from the side that they shop at. And I asked them questions. Like I told you, telling ain't selling. I asked them the question. I said, so you want me to carry women's clothes? I have no problem with that. Well, let me ask you this though. What's the typical price that you spend on jeans? What's the typical price you spend on t-shirts? What do you typically spend on? And men have to pay more for denims than women do. Women typically pay $3 to $12 for a pair of denims. Men are paying between $60 and $120 for a pair of denims, unless you're catching it, at TJ Maxx or Ross or something like that. And usually you're catching a set of jeans that's a year old fashion. You know what I'm saying? It's last year's fashion. It's not what's happening right now. Women, it's not like that. You can go to Forever 21 and catch a pair of jeans for $15. Okay, you can catch the now fashions there. The typical day-to-day streetwear for really cheap. So it wasn't a smart decision business-wise to go that route. So what I had to do is ask them the questions to figure out what it is that they couldn't get in certain places that was also going to be profitable for me. Okay, because that's what you're in business for, to make money. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm not in business to make money. This is so that I can gain wealth and it gives business over to my son or my daughter when it's their time, so that they don't have to work for someone else unless they want to work for someone else. So what I had to decide on with women was where is there a lack of female clothing? Women have boutiques to go to. Women have multiple stores to go to. In Decatur alone, if you look through the yellow pages or look through Google, there are about 70 women's stores in the next 30-mile radius. 70. Okay. There are only about 5 men's stores, period. I'm not talking about even streetwear. I'm talking about actual stores that are dedicated totally to women, okay? Are dedicated totally to men. There's only 5 actual men's stores, clothing-wise, that are dedicated totally to men within the next 20 miles. With women, there are about 70 within the next 20 to 30 miles. So I had to figure out what it was that they didn't carry for women. Now, they don't carry much urban wear. Urban nightlife wear for women. So that's the reason that I'm carrying urban nightlife wear for women. So if any woman that comes in here is going to see more of the the cat suits, the body suits, the rompers, stuff like that, but it's more of high fashion nightwear, like club wear, that type of deal.
Okay, and then let me break off into tell the viewers what type of if they're interested in the brands, like what type, let them know like what they would see when they walk into the upgrade store. Like what what I'm saying, because certain things that you have on the wall you're not gonna see
Got you.
certain other places unless you go to the next city.
Yeah. So
you know,
I try to catch the up and comers and also the ones that are actually out, doing it big right now. For instance, Civilized brand, Genuine, Bear the Beans, Cleep, Dreamland, Dreamland Rises One, Chance Apparel.
You know what I'm saying? I shop here. I'm just saying.
$1 Million Motive. I try to catch those companies that are up and coming like that. I'll also have my own brand, which is Fly Alumni.
You know what I mean? But this hard work right here. This hard work right here. Let people know also about your brand that they're going to see.
So this is a couple of pieces from my brand, which is Fly Alumni. And the thought process in this is that we've graduated from Fly. We passed Fly now. Okay, so we alumni to that. And my dream or my style for this is more of the late 80s through the 90s high school and college wear that I had when I was going to high school and college, okay? So that's why you got the satin baseball jacket in this situation, because we used to wear Starter heavy, okay? Starter and Majestic, and even some chalk line, and then what you have right here is actually a raglan t-shirt. It's gonna have, the sleeves that are red, the black front, the gray back to the t-shirt, and you have the fighting fly on here with the carrying the capital F or whatnot. And I try to come up with little nuances that people ain't gonna notice in jackets till they actually get them and stuff like that. As you can kind of see here, as I have the small fly on the sleeve right here or whatnot. And I try to go full on with the back. You got the tackle twill embroidery on the back of the jacket, kind of like what you had when you got Majestic jackets and Starter jackets back in the late 80s, early 90s or whatnot. But yeah, that's my vision for Fly Alumni. Is kind of a more high school, collegiate era of wear.
And now that we getting to the end, kind of all the time limit. So, you pretty much gave your personal life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit of it, what they needed to know.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody don't need to know. You know what I mean? Your road, you know what I'm saying? The tough roads you had to go through, moving, high school, college, getting your mind right, trying to figure out which one you want to do or what career you want to ride with. But also you had to make sure that you were financed and being able to make it. You know what I'm saying? Yes or no, after college was when you and the old lady met and had the kid, or was that on down a little further?
Me and my wife are coming up on 3 years right now being married. Okay. I've known her for 5, but we've been married for coming up on 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I'm drawing up is through that long road, you and your wife, kids, you're here now. You've been here for so long. You've expanded. You're making it grow. And I know for a fact, because I've been coming since almost day one, but I got introduced to you through a friend.
No doubt,
remember?
No doubt.
And we've been tight for about a year and a half ever since. So, what would be your overall vision in the next 5 to 10 years? What's your overall vision of where can Upgrade?
My vision for Upgrade from here out is over the next 5 years is to expand it. I would love to be able to get a standalone building at some point, and maybe merge this into a full-on culture situation where you actually have a barbershop connected to it, salon connected to it. Maybe have shoe wear if we can get to that point, expand to that point, and do custom work here, whether it be airbrushing or hand work or doing t-shirts or whatnot also. I really want to do this within the next couple of years is actually expand to the barbershop situation. And hopefully have it to where I'm not having to be the one that's here running it all the time. I'd like to have some people that actually see the vision and want to grow the vision also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And truthfully, I have some other endeavors that I want to go into. I want to get back into doing property management, but I want to do it for myself.
So it sounds like we probably gonna be doing a part two.
I'm all for it, man.
All right,
Whenever you
that's
ready.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, no doubt.
Is there any last words you want to let people know? Once again, the address, where to come to,
Gotcha,
and
gotcha.
I know, and also if you want to throw out your ads and where to find you if they want to.
Okay, yeah. We are at 1815 6th Avenue Southeast, Suite F, as in Fly Alumni, Decatur, Alabama, and it's 35601. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook at Fly Alumni. And you can also find Upgrade there at Upgrade Streetwear on Instagram or Facebook. If you want to find us on Twitter, there is no Upgrade on Twitter, okay? But there is Fly Alumni, and it's at Alumni Fly on Twitter. There's also an upgradestreetwear.com that is under construction right now, because I'm changing up how I'm going to kind of do that online. I'm finding that we may not want to ship out what's in the store because it moves too fast. Okay, we may actually just go with doing custom orders on upgradestreetwear.com in the future, and stuff that we know is going to be a staple.
And also grills. Come for the grills.
Oh yeah,
also.
we do grills.
And come for the grills also.
Yeah.
Come for the grills
Definitely.
also. And that's good. Anybody else you can shout out right quick? I got a few I'm gonna throw before we break it on up out of here. Anybody else you want to show love to right quick?
Hey man, I just want to say I'm happy that everybody's taking the time to come by and shop at Upgrade Streetwear. I appreciate you guys for seeing the vision and actually supporting the vision. As I wouldn't be nowhere without customers, y'all. And I'm always gonna treat you guys right. I appreciate that you guys are taking the time out to let me be your haberdasher.
You know what I'm saying? And I also like to say, I'm gonna thank you too, but hold on. Before I thank you, 'cause I want to say.
And let's thank the divine,
you know what I'm saying,
before we thank anybody else, okay?
Yes.
Because without the Almighty, none of this would be possible.
You know
okay?
what I'm saying? I also, peace to Almighty God, of course, first.
Most
And
definitely.
last, of course, most important. I want to send a shout out to my boy JJ All Day 84.
All day.
Check him out on IG. Also check out his YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out to my little buddy King Zay for always being there and helping me out. Shout out to Digital P Studios. Much love in the lab cooking up. Give a shout out to the video man right now, Tevin Keith. Nobody knows Tevin Keith. Y'all can check him out. I want to send much love to him. Hey, y'all already know. And I also want to send a shout out to myself because I love me. I love you, mama. I send a shout out to everybody else. Ken,
Appreciate you.
thank you very much
Real,
for letting me come through.
Oh man, anytime.
And talk with you.
Anytime.
And let people know who you is.
Anytime.
And when y'all come in here, please be respectful. He gonna shake your hand. So shake it back. That's all you gotta do. Cooks 24, COOKZ 24. Now you won't find the hat in here because this gonna be on my head. It's the only one I got. So much love to all y'all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. COOKZ 24. Check me out on YouTube. Please hit the button, subscribe, like, just watch something. Just peek at it. IG the same, Facebook the same, and all that the same. So we finna go. We out of here. Peace. All right? We out.